have her. Hi.
Oh, wait, we are live.
We are live.
You know, the thing that says you're live.
You're
indicates
live.
that we're live.
Hi, I'm Rob.
Hi, I'm Christine. We're live a little late today because we were talking to our boss. Shut up! Don't be a 2-year-old, Rob. Literally, like that reminds me of when we were kids and people would do that.
You know, I
used to push them.
I used to hate people that did that.
But I know. But don't be that person.
I just want to, like, every time you say something, I just want to say whatever you're saying.
No.
I can't do it.
Video over.
So welcome. Oh my God, we already have 3 people watching.
Oh, hey, 3 people. Say
wow.
what's up in the comment section.
We're growing.
And we have a thumbs up. I feel so...
4 people.
Oh my gosh. The party's growing.
We had planned to talk about...
No, it went down.
Oh. That was our boss. He was like, oh, never mind.
Speaking of boss, we were talking to him, so that's why we're a little late today. We're not in trouble. We actually have fun.
Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, actually, we enjoy talking to our boss.
Isn't it funny how, because bosses have this impression of being so serious, and our boss is serious, but we also are, like, friends with him, so we can talk about stuff that you wouldn't normally talk about with your boss.
Hey, you know, and I think
it's really cool.
Yeah, it is a really cool. I don't know, it's cool. I was talking about this the other day, and and think about this in your life. Like, if you go through your life and you're like, man, every job I have, people there are just crappy and they're backstabby and they're just miserable people. Then it's what you're putting out. That's what you need to check and see, because that's what you believe your life should get back.
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, I'm like, most of my jobs that I've ever had, I've always had people I've really enjoyed working with. And like, I've been lucky, and I say lucky, but at the same time, I truly expect that out of life. So, like, I don't know, if you're
you got to put out positive energy
and you get it back.
Yeah.
And it's true, and I'm not trying to become all preachy.
No, I was gonna say some midweek motivation. I like it.
So think about it. Like,
Happy Wednesday.
If things aren't going the way you like in your life, think about what you're putting out, because chances are you're you're believing that that's what you deserve in life. So.
Like me, I'm your favorite coworker.
Aww.
Hi, Wendy.
She is, because you're the only one that watches from the coworker group.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally, if anyone else watched me, I'd love you just... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So let's talk about this, because Jim Carrey, it was just announced that Jim Carrey, and I'm going to... which is crazy, the Top 10's website lists Carrey as the top comedic actor of all time. Top comedic of all time. Will Ferrell came in number 2. Then Robin Williams, Bill Murray, and Rowan Atkinson rounded out the top 5.
Steve Carell came in at 6.
Yeah, followed by Adam Sandler, John Cleese, Ben Stiller, and Charlie Chaplin. Here's what I'm thinking, though. Jim Carrey, greatest of all time?
And I would have... And someone who was a 90s kid... I still wouldn't consider him the greatest comedic actor of all time. Back then, I would have said...
I mean, he was funny. Like, The Mask is super funny. Ace Ventura, kind of dumb, but it's...
Dumb and Dumber. Dumb.
Dumb, but, like, I feel like sometimes Adam Sandler had better movies.
I was going to say, back then, I would have totally said Adam Sandler. He's kind of fell, though, since
But still, like,
times.
Robin Williams was down in the top 5, but not in the top... I would think Will Ferrell is up there, but Leslie Nielsen, Naked Gun, Leslie Nielsen...
What I was surprised about is how wasn't Eddie Murphy on the list, or, Eddie Murphy, or, what's his name? He did Bad Boys with Will Smith.
Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. Yeah, like they're hilarious.
Mel Brooks wasn't on there, who's like ultimately like old school funny.
And personally,
the guys in Monty Python. No.
I like, today's I like the group with James Franco and Jonah Hill
and Seth
Rogen, like, because they're not only hilarious, but I would hang out with them. Like, I could see myself hanging out with them.
But again, they wouldn't go down as the greatest of all time.
No,
and that's where
maybe not the greatest of all time, but...
Well, I mean, greatest now. Like, I get, like, I don't know. Mrs. Doubtfire still hooked.
Yes.
Like, I think in Robin Williams, because I'm like, every movie, not every, like, photo booth, 1 hour photo.
Oh, that was weird.
That was weird.
That was a creepy movie.
But when he did the funny, like, Mrs. Doubtfire, and like I said, Hook, those are 2 movies that I watch all the time and still think are hilarious. So, Jim Carrey, I'm disagreeing.
I'm disagreeing as well. Yeah, I disagree with that list. Robin Williams tops my list. That's what Amy said. So we're not the only ones who feel this way.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the second thing that I came across that I thought was really interesting, and I hope that I still have it. Yes. Okay, so real quick, there's this goat. This is from Bored Panda. There's this goat, and it's kind of hard. Right there's his head.
So cute.
That's his horns. But he had jumped or something, and he fell down into this rock crevice thing, and he was hung up by his horn. And he had been there for a couple hours, and it looked like, I mean, had he been left there, he was definitely going to die. Two hikers saw him, and they actually fastened their jackets together and made a harness and lifted the goat out to safety.
That's so awesome. I would save an animal if an animal ever needed saving.
Now,
but
question: is it a certain is there an animal that you wouldn't save, or would you save any animal if you could? Because I also saw the other day there's a video.
Well, I don't save spiders, so they die.
Insects,
they die.
See, like I wouldn't save a snake. But I think I would even try. I don't know. It depends on how the alligator's trapped. Like, if I'm going to get eaten trying to rescue him, maybe not. But, like, if I can yank him by his tail free, I think I would even try to help an alligator. I do love swamp hunters, though.
Yeah.
Or swamp people.
Yeah.
Shoot them a little bit. Like Troy Landry.
I could so see you living on the bayous.
Oh, it's kind of my dream.
Like having a house on the bayou. Do you ever watch, like, you know how they have house hunters?
Yeah,
they
buying the bayou.
Yeah, buying the bayou.
And
I love that show.
What's up, Sherry? There's always like a mobile home that's on stilts because I would totally I would live.
Being
in the
a Southern boy, I could so see you.
It's
living
weird
on
because
the
I love being in the city, and I totally feel like I'm like the city mouse,
But this is what you need. You need the bayou, but a city nearby that you can go and like hang out at.
I need to still be able to go to.
Hey, Brett.
What's up, Brett? Yeah, I still need to be able to go like to New Orleans. Although that would be like that. Let's not get into our. That's my dream. I'm like, oh my god, can you imagine you go party all the time and then you get to live where you drive a boat around and shoot things?
That might be a little.
I don't really want to
dangerous.
shoot things. Like I say that, but I don't really want. I just want to. I think.
Do you just want to be like the duck hunter people? What are they called?
Well, I want to be more tolerant.
What are they called again?
I don't.
Duck
Dynasty.
There we go. They still have like their bed sheets at Walmart or whatever.
They do, and they have
I think they still sell Hannah Montana sheets.
I want to be more like Troy Landry.
Who's that?
He's one of the guys that operate a boat on Swamp Hunters.
Oh,
He's the shoot him a little bit.
Okay.
Oh my.
Hey, good looking. You're getting more likes than ever.
Tinder just popped up.
Oh my gosh, Rob just got a Tinder notification. That is amazing. Oh, so speaking just real quick, yesterday I got a Bumble notification that I had a match, and I was like, screw that. I haven't been on Bumble, since my horrible experience.
So Bumble is the
I
dating
will
site
never go back on there again.
It's like Tinder,
never.
except that once you're matched with a guy, the girl has to make the lady has to make the first move. So, and that's where she met the guy who said I love you after 2 dates.
Yeah, and I have not been back. I will never go back. That was my first Bumble experience, and it proved what I already knew. Online dating's not for me. I don't knock it because I actually know people in person, the old-fashioned way.
How's that working out?
I know people who are married and in serious relationships because of online dating. It's just not for me. I'm sticking to my fantasy of meeting someone at the grocery store. I'm sticking to it.
Online dating is scary because the people are weird. And
also, the guy I spoke to, we were talking like nonstop for a week and a half. 2 weeks.
You think you were talking to his girlfriend, like a friend who was a girl?
He was not the same person I was texting with to who he was in person. And not that he was like scary by any means. He just was not the person he portrayed.
Yeah. And you know what? I watch too much Catfish, and that's where I'm on Tinder and I'm getting likes and awesome. Oh my, because there's still so many people that get catfished all the time.
It's that, like, how stupid are you to allow yourself to get catfished? If they're not FaceTiming you, if they're not Skyping you, if they're not sending you real-time photos, it's fake. There's no other explanation.
Maybe you're so desperate for just interaction, you're willing to accept that as a relationship.
Then don't go on Catfish. Don't go on the TV show.
Well, because then after a while, you want to make sure that you eventually want to hold that person.
I don't know. I can't believe that show is even still on, or people still buy into the catfish thing.
Because it's like, how are people still online scammed? Like, it's because it's such a, I don't know, like, that's part of it, as we grow to be more into talking online rather than talking in person, it becomes more of a normal, so it's easy. That's how you, I mean, you can meet a guy in person. You have to be,
if you don't call Neve, call me. I uncovered a catfish for my friend. And all it took was a Google reverse search and did some digging around and caught her. And, you know, he saved himself a lot of trouble.
Did you confront? Did you World Star Hip Hop it?
I didn't World Star Hip Hop it. I did it from another state. I was in Virginia on vacation.
It'd have been awesome had you showed up at the house.
Exposing this catfish for my friend because he's calling me, telling me all this shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting to the bottom of this for you. And I did.
It still would have been cool if you'd have been like, World Star Hip Hop! And you like knock on the door.
You have to.
World Star!
You have to be fighting in World Star.
Well, you were going to when you walked up to the house because, okay, so, and Brent just said
what did he say?
He said online dating is fine as long as you know the person is real.
Mm-hmm.
That, I think, is the key. Let's go back to, I could totally see you beating somebody up because remember the one time when we met Joey from Boca? Shout out. He had just gotten robbed for whatever. Like, he had his whole story, whatever. And he had a black eye. And Christine's like, what you need to do is you need to wait 2 months. And then you need to walk up on them. And they're going to be like, forget all about you. And then you just... She's like, I'm going to teach you how we do it in Detroit. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, no. Like, you need to just stay away and clean up your life.
I was teaching him how you're going to fight. You can't just... You know, they're gonna expect you to come for that revenge. You gotta let them live their life a little bit, and then take them like.
And my point is,
catch them by surprise.
When you went to uncover this catfish, you totally could have been a World Star because of exactly what you just said. You just told me you gotta let them live their life for a minute, and then get them when they're not expecting it. Don't just ever get on her bad side. Because now you know how she works. She is scrappy.
So true.
She is Wendy Williams without passing out at Halloween.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
But in the good, like, watch your eyeballs, because she's going to scrape them out.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. I'm going to put my list of stuff. I didn't even know we were going to talk about Joey from Boca.
Yeah, me either. I don't know. It's because you got your Tinder notification.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go swipe right on some people and see what happens.
I literally will never go back on Bumble.
You know what's funny
again.
is I always think, like, I'm going to swipe right, and then I get matched, and then I'm like, okay, now I want them to make the first move. Nobody does that. So if you're watching this and we've swiped right on each other on Twinder, make the first move.
Wait, have you ever been on Bumble? How does it work when it's like two girls or two guys?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. I kind of want to do that but I want to be the one I want to be the dude. So that other people have to comment.
So, like, also, you know, with Bumble, you don't want to just say, hey, you want to come up with something creative. So it was, a few weeks ago where you took my phone and you and I think Christy were, like, bumbling for me or whatever, or, like, swiping. And then there was one guy that you were going to message. I was like, just don't say hey. And then Rob starts dying. He goes, that's what I said. I'm like, damn it.
Which is why the Tinder is, you know, like, funny. I've reached out to a number of people that I matched with, and, like, they'll be like, hey, yeah, it's a great day. And that's all I get from them. I'm like, okay.
So, what's the conclusion to this video? Jim Carrey is not the greatest comedic actor of all time.
I think Robin Williams, I think Mel Brooks could have been, Charlie Chaplin.
Even Ben Stiller is hilarious to me.
There you go. Anybody but Jim Carrey. Online dating is weird. Yeah. And
if you ever need to expose a catfish, call me.
And I'll be living on the bayou soon.
And yes,
that is what we just learned.
Wait, I'm still really sad you didn't hit it off with the guy in the Ninja Turtle costume. Who's the guy in the Ninja Turtle costume?
There was a guy that was wearing a Ninja Turtle
costume. My Bumble or your Bumble?
Why is it always about you? If I can remember the guy, who do you think we're talking about?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was one of those ones where you took it.
I matched with a guy in a Ninja Turtle outfit.
So what the hell happened?
I said his name.
We can't go till we hear.
His name's Rolando.
Wait.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, no, I mean, we'd have to change his name if we started dating.
That's like perfect
hey, your name's now Brad.
That's perfect for a Ninja Turtle, though.
Yeah, so his name, I messaged him like, hey, what's going on? And I never got anything back from him. So apparently he's
What's
out.
the point
He's
of going
fighting crime.
online if... Yeah, exactly. Or eating pizza.
He's probably the second.
What's the point of going online if you're not going to exchange with people? Like, talk back to them. I don't know.
That's why I just now.
I'm done either way. You will not find me on online dating.
I just swipe left until I find somebody I know that I didn't know would be on this. I'm like, oh, you married and you on this? And then I screenshot
I know.
it and
I've
tell
seen people with girlfriends on there. I'm like, I bet your girl would not like. If I was friends with your girlfriend, I would screenshot this and send it to her.
You're
Lucky
the worst person ever.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. But note to self: don't cheat around Christine. She will rat you out. She will rat you out. Thanks for joining us.
Wait, my 2 cents. Richard Pryor,
This is
Robin
from Captain
Williams
Buford Justice. I like that.
are far superior comedic actors than Jim Carrey.
Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, crazy.
Hi, the T-Boys.
Ooh.
Who are the T-Boys? You sparked our interest,
Well, they sell
T-Boys.
tea because that's their icon. So we do this every afternoon. So now that we've got the most people we've ever had
Oh my god.
let's just keep going. We're doing a whole afternoon show. Forget me being on the radio. I'm just kidding.
Jackie Gleason.
Another great comedic actor that was far better than
We
Jim
said
Carrey.
bye like 3 times.
Okay,
but
we gotta
the amount
go.
of people watching keeps increasing.
Keep it's tomorrow. Let's talk more.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Send us these little what are they called?
Messages, comments.
Comments while we're doing it.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk
Bye,
to you.
guys!
Bye.